Hi student, welcome to botany class. Today we are going to see the Bryophyta. So it's come under the kingdom Plantae. So in the previous video we have discussed about the economic importance of algae. Now we are going to see the second group of the kingdom Plantae, that is Bryophyta. So what is the Bryophyta? It's generally called amphibian of the plant kingdom. Why? Because without water is can't complete the life cycle. So that's why it is an amphibian of the plant kingdom. It is a first plant to come out from the water. The algae form full and full is present inside the water. Some exception is there. Some terrestrial algae, some snow algae, like that. Some exception is there, but very common. Majority of the algae is an aquatic form. But the Bryophyta, it's a first terrestrial plant, but it's not completely terrestrial, it's an amphibian. Like the frog in animal kingdom. The frog in animal kingdom is an amphibian of the animal kingdom. Frog is amphibian of the animal kingdom because it can adapt to survive both water and land. So apart from this, for the reproduction, in frog, for the reproduction is supposed to require the water. That means during the rainy season only the frog will be reproduced. Okay, so like that. So here, that is in Bryophyta, it's require the water for the fertilization process. Without water, there is no fertilization is occur in this group of plants. So that's why we can say it is an amphibian. The water is very, very essential for to complete the life cycle. Okay. So it is come under the Embryophyta. What is the Embryophyta? The embryonic development is present, but in algae there is no embryonic development. The zygote is directly undergo the zygotic meiotic division or reduction division. Instead of formed the 4 meiospore, these 4 meiospore is later developed into new plant body. But here, the zygote is undergo the mitotic division. As a result, it forms the sporophyte. The sporophyte is represent. It is maybe in the form of capsule or food, setae and the capsule. So some group is have only the capsule. Some group have only capsule and food. The advanced Bryophyte is have food, setae and the capsule. So it is erect. Sporophyte is a erect form. But the gametophyte is prostate. In Bryophyta, gametophyte is prostate. Sporophyte is erect form. And it is a non-vascular cryptogamy because it do not have the conductive tissues like xylem and phloem. And then it do not produce a flower. So that's it. Non-vascular means it do not have conductive tissues. Xylem and phloem is absent. Cryptogamy, it do not produce a flower and a seed. Okay. So Bryophyta is a plant body is a thalloid form. It is an amphibian of the plant kingdom. It comes under the Embryophyta, non-vascular cryptogams. Okay, so let's see the Bryophyte. It's the simplest and most primitive plant group. Very, very simplest and primitive. That is very, very important. It's a primitive form. Plant group descended from algae like ancestor. So algae is like an ancestor for Bryophyte. And it comes under the Embryophyta. It's a simple Embryophyte. It's not complicated like in angiosperm. The embryonic development is not complicated like a angiosperm. It's a very simple embryonic development. And it is the simplest land inhabiting cryptogams and are restricted to moist sandy habitat. That is very important. Why? They will grow near the moist sandy habitat for the complete life cycle. To complete the life cycle, this bryophyte is required the water. Thin film of water is very essential for migration of anthrozoi from male sex organ to female sex organ. Okay, so for complete the sexual reproduction, it must be required the water. So that's why it will be grow near the moist sandy habitat. It's a non-vascular cryptogam, that is, conductive tissues like xylem and phloem is absent. It's like vascular tissues. So what is the vascular tissues? Xylem and phloem is a vascular tissues. Amphibian of the plant kingdom. It needs water for completing the life cycle. Especially to complete the sexual reproduction, it's required the water. Why? Because the water, it will be carrying the anthrozoi from male sex organ to female sex organ. Next, father of Indian bryology, Sivaram Kassim. Sivaram Kassim. So he is considered a father of Indian bryology because he published the book Liver Rods of Western Himalayan and Punjab Plain. So the liver rock is found in the Punjab Plain and Western Himalaya region. He can carry out the documentation. And he identified a new genera in bryophyte, that is Axin sonella, Soxia, Stevadilla, Stephensonella. So these are the new genera discovered by Sivaram Kassim. So that's why he considers a father of Indian bryology. So he is a Sivaram Kassim. Next, general character of bryophytes. The plant body is a gametophyte. The dominant phase is gametophyte. The plant body is a gametophyte. That is haploid. It is not differentiated into root, stem and leaf-like structure. It is not differentiated. The plant bodies look like a thallus-like structure. They do not have any root, stem and leaf. Most of them is a primitive land dwellers. So it's the first land dwellers. So first form. And some of them is aquatic, that is Rhyella, Rhexiocarpus. Rhyella and Rhexiocarpus. So these two are aquatic form. Remaining, it's a complete aquatic form. Remaining all are near the moist sandy place. The gametophyte is conspicuous. That means very clear and visible. Clear and visible. That is a conspicuous. Long-lived phase of the life cycle of bryophyte. So the gametophyte is a conspicuous, long-lived phase of in the life cycle of bryophyte. Thalloid form are present in liver rods and horn rods. So these are the two groups. Not only for this one, along with the mosses. So totally 3 group is present or it come under the bryophyta. The liver rods, horn rod, the plant body is entirely thalloid structure. But in mosses, it may be the leaf-like, stem-like structure is present. Not true. Leaf-like, stem-like structure is present in mosses. So mosses is the advanced form of the bryophyte. Liver rods is a very primitive form of bryophytes. Horn rod, that is a moderate. Okay, so liver rods is a very primitive form of bryophyte. Moss is a very advanced form of bryophytes. So both liver rods and horn rods is only have thalloid structure, but in mosses the leaf-like, stem-like structure is present, but not root. Okay, so that is a 2 form, liver rods and horn rods. So that is a mosses. It has the leaf-like structure and the stem-like structure. There is no root. So leaf-like and stem-like structure is present. The liver rods, the thallus grow prostate. So what is the prostate? It grow near the soil level, not erect. It's not grow erect. It will grow near the soil level. So there is a prostate underground and attached to the substratum by means of rhizoids. So what is the rhizoid? So rhizoids, it is a primitive form of the root-like structure. It will be helped to fix the plant body, that is gametopoietic plant body of the bryophyte on the substratum. So along with it helps to absorb the water and mineral salt from the soil or from the substratum. Okay. So there are two types of the rhizoid. It present in the bryophyte, that is smooth walled. So there is a smooth wall. There is no any what infolding structure. It is a smooth wall. But here the infolding structure is present. So that's why it's called a begged or tuberculated. Begged or tuberculated rhizoids. So two types of rhizoids are present. In liver rod, the thallus grow prostate on the ground and it is attached to the substratum by means of rhizoids. There are two types of rhizoids are present, smooth wall and begged. Smooth wall means there is no any infolding, that is a smooth wall. There is a smooth wall. It's a infolding structure is present, so that is a tuberculated or begged rhizoids. Next, the multicellular scales are also present. So, what is the role of the multicellular scale? It will be, it covers the apical knots. It covers the apical knot, that is growing region. In Moses, the plant body is erect, already I told you no. So, liver rods and heart rods are thalloid, prostate. But in Moses, it is a erect structure is present. That is a leaf-like, stem-like structure, but not root. Leaf-like, stem-like structure is present. Erect with the central axis bearing leaf-like, not a leaf, leaf-like expansion. And multicellular rhizoids are present in Moses. Multicellular rhizoids. Now, vascular tissues like xylem and phloem are completely absent. We already know that. In the beginning of this video, we can discuss. It is a non-vascular cryptogram. So, that's why the vascular tissues are completely absent. So, what is the vascular tissues? Xylem and the phloem. What is the role of xylem? It helps to conduct the water from root to all the parts of the plant body. What is the role of phloem? It helps to conduct the food petal from leaf to all the parts of the plant body. So, the bryophyte, it do not have the root, it do not have leaf. So, that's why the absence of xylem and phloem. So, this group of plant is come under the non-vascular. Cryptogram means non-seeder, non-flowering. Next, the reproduction, that is especially for vegetative reproduction, it will be carried in different method. For example, fragmentation is very common for Rixia, Markensia, fragmentation. The detached part or decayed part. So, remaining any part will be detached from the parental body, it will be have the ability to develop into new young ones. So, here they given the several vegetative reproduction in bryophytes. The adventitious bud, example Rixia fluitans. Adventitious bud is developed. So, that is adventitious branches. So, it's a bud, adventitious bud will be developed. And tuber, the tuber is developed in Anthoceros. So, tuber means it will be stored the reserve food material. Adventitious bud also something like that. In Bryopteris, this is Bryopteris fruticosa. Once again repeat. Bryopteris fruticosa. A small detachable branch or brood bodies are formed. So, in this group, the vegetative reproduction it will be carried by the detachable branches or brood bodies are developed in this group of bryophytes. Bryopteris fruticosa. Next, in Markensia, the development of Jamaica. So, the gemme are formed and is self-interreproduction. So, gemme is a cup-like structure. So, here it will be indicated. It's a cup-like structure. So, inside it have a number of spores. Later, the spore will develop into a new young one. So, next is sexual reproduction. In bryophyte, it's a oogamous type of reproduction. So, what is the oogamous? Mostly in oogamous type, The female gamete are non-motile, male gamete are motile. So apart from this, the male gamete are very large, the female gamete are very large in size, male gamete are very small in size. Okay. So when compared to male and female gamete, the male gamete are very minute, female gamete are very larger. Okay, that is a oogamous type of reproduction. Antheridia and Argonia are produced in protective covering. It's a very important. In algae, it's a non-jacketed. Algae, the reproductive part are non-jacketed. So what is a jacket? Jacket means here the protective covering, multicellular protective covering is called jacket. The algae, it do not have any jacket layer, that is sterile layer is absent. That is protective covering is absent. But the protective covering is present in bryophyte. It is a multicellular. So here you can see that. It is antheridium. The antheridium is surrounded by the green color structure, that is a protective covering. It's a sterile layer. This is generally called jacket. So it's a sterile jacket layer is present. Like that this. So it will be covered by a jacket layer, that is a multicellular. It's an antheridia, it's a Argonia. Antheridia is a male sex organ, Argonia is a female sex organ. The antheridia is produced by flagellator. So that is biflagellator. Anthrosoi. So this biflagellator anthrosoi is swimming in the thin film of water and it reaches to Argonia. Okay. So anthrosoi is swimming in the thin film of water and reaches to the Argonia. So now the fertilization process occurs. Syngamy. The fistula male and female gamete is occur. As such, the zygote is formed. So zygote is the first cell of sporophyte. Male and female gamete are last cell of gametophyte. Male and female gamete are last cell of gametophyte. The zygote are first cell of sporophyte. Now the zygote, it will be undergo the mitotic division as a form the embryo. So anyway, so Argonia unfused with the egg to form diploid zygote. Because the male gamete is a haploid, female gamete is a haploid. Haploid plus haploid, diploid zygote is formed. Water is essential for this because this is very important one. The anthrosoi swimming in the thin film of water. So that's why water is essential for fertilization. The zygote is the first cell of sporophyte. Already I told you, no. The zygote is undergo the mitotic division to form multicellular undifferentiated embryo. So in bryophyte, the embryo is exoscopic. That means the zygote is first divided transversely. That means the two cell is formed. The first division of the zygote is transverse. So first division is a transverse division. At the apex, the embryo develops from the outer cell. So apex. So it's an inner cell, it's outer cell. It is a zygote. Transverse division is occur. It is outer cell, it is an inner cell. So the embryo develops from the outer cell. So this is a outer cell, the embryo. By repeated mitotic division, it formed the embryo. Okay. So here, the clearly visible that zygote, embryo, sporophyte. This is a sporophyte. So up to this, zygote, embryo, sporophyte. So these all it come under the sporophytic generation. When the spores are formed, spores is a first cell of gametophyte. Zygote is a first cell of sporophyte. Spores are first cell of gametophyte. The embryo divides and gives rise to sporophyte. So this is sporophyte. So depending on the group, it will be vary. Okay, so in lower group of bryophyte, only the capsule is present. In the middle, it's only have food and the capsule, but in advanced form, have a three distinct region. That is a food, setae and a capsule. So this is it's a primitive form, only capsule. It is little bit advanced. It have the food and this capsule. It is most advanced bryophyte. It has the food, seed, and the capsule. The sporophyte, it depends on the gametophyte because the sporophytic plant bodies grow on the surface of the gametophyte. And it's a non-photosynthetic. But gametophyte is a photosynthetic. And it is differentiated to three recognizable parts, that is a food, seed, and the capsule. Generally, the sporophyte. So, food. What is the food? It is a basal portion of the basal portion and embedded in the gametophyte. So, food. So, you can imagine that is a food. It's a basal portion and embedded in the thallus structure, through which water and the nutrients are absorbed. Because it's a non-photosynthetic. Sporophyte is a non-photosynthetic. Next, setae or seta or setae. Plural, setae, singular, seta. It contains a tubular cell that transfers the nutrient from the base to apex. So, it is a middle part. It connects the capsule and the food. Capsule. The diploid spore mother cell is found in the capsule region. That means it acts as a sporangium. Capsule is acting as a sporangium. Sporangium is contained spore mother cell. The spore mother cells are diploid. This spore mother cell is undergo the reduction division as result form the haploid spores. Okay. So the capsule region is undergo the meiotic division, that is reduction division, and it gives rise to haploid spores. The spores are homosporous. In bryophyte, all the spores are homosporous. That is homosporous, the spores are identical in the form. In Markensia, the sporophyte has elytra and is help for disposal of spores. So what is the elytra? Some infertile or sterile cells are present. So it will help to dispose the spores. Okay, so in Markensia, the elytra is present. It helps to dispose. You can imagine there is a elytra. So that is a spore, the elongated structure, that is a elytra. So elytra is help for disposal of the spores. Sporophyte phase is consist of zygote, embryo and sporangium. Already I told you, no. Zygote, embryo and sporangium. So this is a sporophytic phase. Zygote is a first cell of sporophyte. Spore mother cell or last cell of sporophyte. Zygote is a first cell of sporophyte. Spore mother cell or last cell of sporophyte. The spore germinate. That means after the reduction division, the haploid spores are formed. So the haploid spore is a first cell of gametophyte and it germinates to form the new gametophytic plant body. The green long-lived haploid phase is called gametophytic phase. So the spores are germinated to produce a gametophyte. So what is the gametophyte? It is a long-lived haploid phase. It's called gametophytic phase. The haploid gametophytic phase is alternate with the diploid sporophyte. So that is an alternation of generation. And here the sporophyte and the gametophyte, they are morphologically dissimilar. It's not identical, it's morphologically dissimilar. So that's why it's a heterologous alteration of generation or heteromorphic alteration of generation. So next we are going to see the general characteristics over. Next we are going to see the classification of bryophyte. Proskauer in the year 1957 is classified the bryophyte into three classes, that is Hepaticopsida, that is a liverworts. Yeah. Under this group, what is Rixia, Markensia, Poranda and Riella, it's all classified under the Hepaticopsida. It's a primitive bryophyte. Next, Anthoceratopsida, horn rods. Anthoceros and Dendroceros is all classified under the Anthoceratopsida. Bryopsida, most advanced form of bryophyte, is generally called Moses, Funaria, Polytrichum and Sphagnum. So that is a classification of bryophyte. Next we are going to see the one by one. So first one, Hepaticopsida. The plant body is either thalloid or foliose. It may be thalate or foliage like. The foliage form it, the leaves are without. If suppose a foliage, mean the leaf without midrib and dorsiventral. It's not look like a dorsiventral. And thalate is a dorsiventral, lobed and dichotomously branched. That means the two branches. There is a dichotomously branched. Rhizoids are unicellular, branched, aseptate. Rhizoids are unicellular, branched and aseptate. Sex organ are born the dorsally embedded in the gametophytic tissues. The dorsal side, that means dorsal side. Sporophyte is made up of only capsule, that is very, very important because it's a primitive form known. So, sporophyte is made up of only the capsule in Rixia. Suppose in this group, some of them, food, CT and capsule, that is a Markensia. Example for this group, that is a Rixia, Markensia, Porella and a Riella. Okay, so that is a sporophyte, food, CT and capsule. It's a Markensia thallus structure. Okay, so it will be formed a dorsally embedded structure. Next, Anthoceratopsida, that is generally called horn rods. The gametophytic body is flat, dorsiventral, simple thalate without internal differentiation, and rhizoids are smooth wall. It is a middle form of the bryophyte. It's not more primitive, it's not more advanced. Intermediate. Sex organs are present, that is dorsally embedded in the thallus. Sporophyte is differentiated into food, meristematic zone and the capsule. Food, meristematic zone and the capsule is a gametophyte, it's a sporophyte. Okay, so example Anthoceras and the Dendroceras. Next, Bryopsida, that is the most advanced form of bryophyte. Mosses, generally called mosses. The gametophyte is differentiated into Protonema and the foliage gametophyte. So first, that means the spore generate to form Protonema structure. From the Protonema, what is formed? The foliage gametophytic four are formed. Foliage is made up of stem and the axis. Stem as an axis and leaf without midrib. So these kinds of the leaf do not have midrib, but leaf-like structure, green-like structure is present. So here, the greenish structure is present, but it do not have any midrib. Rhizoids are multicellular with oblique septa. Rhizoids are multicellular. It's at the oblique septa. Sex organs are born in the apical of the stem. The apex of the stem, what is formed? The sex organs are formed. The sporophyte is differentiated into food, CT and capsule. So, very distinct region. Food, CT and capsule are very distinctly present in this group. Example, Funaria, Polytrichum and Sphagnum. Okay, so that's all about the classification of bryophyte. Next, we are going to see the economic importance of bryophytes. So, first one, Sphagnum. So, Sphagnum is come under the Bryopsida. We already know that. It's a dead thalli of the sphagnum is get accumulated and compressed and hardened to form bead. Dead thalli get accumulated, compressed and hardened to form bead. In Northern Europe, that is especially in Netherlands, the bead is used as a fiber for commercial purpose. Apart from this, it's also used for the nitrate, brown dye and the tanning material are derived from the bead. What are the? Nitrate is obtained from the bead, brown dye and tanning material. It's all derived from the bead. It's a sphagnum, it's a dried form. So apart from this, it is also used in the horticulture for packing material. Why? Because it has a high water holding capacity. And another economic importance of bryophyte, that is pulmonary tuberculosis. It is cured by the Markensia and the Polymorpha. So there is a Markensia, it's a Polymorpha. So these two bryophyte are especially used to treat the pulmonary tuberculosis. That is the lung related, pulmonary, that means respiratory tract. Okay, so lungs, pulmonary means lungs. Next, some of the bryophyte are used as a food, especially for sphagnum, bryum and polytrichum. So these three are used as a food: sphagnum, bryum and polytrichum. So apart from this, it is playing major role in soil formation through the succession and its help in the soil conservation. So through the succession, it will be created, that means it will be separate the soil particle from the rock region. Apart from this, it help in the soil conservation. Thank you, student. So that's all about the economic importance of bryophyte. So in this video, we are discussing the general character of bryophyte, classification of bryophyte and economic importance.